Okay, AR15 Absolute Basics video number 2, which is going to be about the bolt group. And a special guest will be Mr. Barrel. So the first video I talked about the receivers. This one I'm going to do the bolt group. This is kind of a basic standard bolt group for an AR15. Okay, so let me see if I can get that guy to kind of show up. Lighting is less than ideal in here. This here is the bolt, anyway, at any rate. This guy in here is the bolt. It goes back about this far, maybe a little more inside of there, but you can see that it's got a little bit of a turn to it. It rotates a bit, and it goes back and forth. This is the carrier. Okay, this whole big piece is the carrier. Inside of there is the firing pin. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but that little silver part right there. There's a long firing pin that's this long, and when I press on it, it will come through once I lock it. So it will pop in there. Okay, so there's a bolt, there's a carrier. The carrier comes with a key. This is a gas key. If you got a gas gun, if you have a piston gun, it'd look a little different. It wouldn't have this tube part. There's a cam pin. There's a firing pin retainer. There's some parts in here, but generally this is a bolt group, okay? So these are for, it depends on the bolt, the cartridge that you're firing, which bolt group you get. Normal standard 223 bolt group looks just like this. It just happens that this one's for 6.8 SPC. Which also works for a 224 Valkyrie, 22 Nosler, so a lot of Wildcats, the whole Mad Dog weapon systems, GPC line. All right, so it's there's a lot of cases that can use this one. Same thing with the 223 or the standard AR15 bolt group. If your bolts are interchangeable, by the way. So if you bought a bolt group and then you bought a different barrel and you wanted to change it out, and it's something completely different cartridge, you could just you could buy a different bolt if you wanted. I don't personally recommend it. I just get another one, a whole group. but a standard group can do the 223 Remington, the 300 Blackout, I think the 350 Legend, and many others that I'm going to forget, and it's no big deal. But there's a lot of cartridges that have been developed that use the standard bolt. But this is a bolt group, goes into the upper, and the reason Mr. Barrel is here is because if you look and see, I can't really show you much in this crap lighting, but you can see that there's lugs on this bolt. Okay, those lugs are going to line up with, goodness gracious, those lugs you see there in the barrel. So this is going to go in like so, and then it's effectively going to turn a little bit and lock in there like that, okay? So that's how this gun kind of operates. This receiver extension is installed on the barrel kind of by the factory, let's say. That is not something that you have to install or work on, because that'll get installed, then the barrel will actually be chambered and head spaced once this extension's on it. So the extension slides into the upper. It doesn't have to be threaded like a standard barrel. This piece here is kind of where the barrel is threaded into. If you were to remove the extension, you'd see there's a bunch of threads on the barrel and a bunch of threads on the extension. So that just slides in the upper, which is why these are so easy to work on, relatively.